So Nand Baba, he arranged for a meeting of the Brajbasis. He said, look, one after the other, evil is befalling us out here. I am fearful of Kans. There is a place nearby called Vrindavan. Let us go and reside there. They all agreed, and all the Brajbasis then shifted. And now the Vrindavan Leelas of Shree Krishna will begin, and we will relish his Braj pastimes, which are actually even sweeter. Because of the frequent attack of the Rakshasas, demons being sent by Maharaj Kans, Nand Baba called a meeting of the Brajbasis. And then they all decided to vacate Gokul and go to nearby Vrindavan. There Nand Baba made his place in what is now called Nandgaon. His was the big palace, and the other Brajbasis were around in a U shape. And now Shree Krishna's Vrindavan Leelas begin. When Shree Krishna was in Vrindavan, in Braj, he displayed a variety of pastimes. He granted ras for adhikaris of bhakti at different levels. So some of the leelas were of Dasya Bhav, some were of Sakhya Bhav, where the devotee looks on God as a friend. Some were of Vatsalya Bhav, where the devotee thinks that God is my child. We witnessed the Vatsalya Bhav Leelas in Gokul. Let us now come to the Sakhya Bhav Leelas. Shree Krishna by now was 4.5 years old. He was still not big enough to graze the cows. So the parents said, all right, you can go and take care of the calves. The children would go with the calves, play around. It was a carefree life. His friends were Sridama, Dhansuk, Mansuk, Stoka Krishna, Madhumangal, etc. They were actually great devotees. What happens is, you keep doing your devotion. And when that devotion reaches a fruition, at that time the first chance you get is to participate in the Leela of God when He has descended on the earth plane. That is like a preparation ground, and if you have done all right, then after that life you go to His divine abode and participate in His Nitya Leela. So, these Sakhas did not see him as God. They looked on him as their dear friend. So, what kind of bliss Shree Krishna would shower upon them, you can get an idea from this pad. Dekho dekho ri ha, dekho dekho ri, gwal balan yari, dekho dekho ri. Kripaluji Maharaj says, take a look at Sri Krishna's friendship with these devotees. In gwalan mukh chori chori hari, खात कौर कही बलिहारी, देखो देखो री. Shree Krishna would take food from his house. Yashoda Maiya would say, Lala, I am tying your tiffin, take it with yourself. And the Sakhas would also take the food. So there in the forest, they would all sit down to eat. It was not exactly a potluck, because they would all have brought their own tiffins cooked by their own Mayyas, and they would eat that food. But Shree Krishna would keep his eyes on the food his friend is eating. What did your Mayya cook? Give me a little bit. The Sakha would say, you hungry fellow, you eat your own, I will eat my own. Bhukha bhik manga, every day you look at my food. Now imagine, God is being insulted in this manner. If you insult your friend like this, how offended he or she will feel? Let us say that some of your friend reaches your home for 3 days at lunchtime. So internally you think, this nuisance always comes at lunchtime, I have to feed him. But you don't say it with your mouth. With your mouth you say, Aiye, aiye, you have come at the right time, please come and sit and eat with me. However, if you are frank with your friend and say, is this the only time you get, can't you come at some other time? That friend will feel so offended, he thinks I'm coming for the sake of food, I will never go to his house again. However, here this kind of behavior is being done with God. He says, what has your Maiya made? And the Sakha says, you eat your own. But when the Sakha starts eating, Shree Krishna holds his hand. The Sakha takes with the reverse hand and puts it in his mouth. Shree Krishna stops him right there. He takes from his mouth the half-eaten food and eats it. How hungry he is! Not for food, for the love of his devotees. And then he says, wow, your Maiya makes such tasty food. I'll tell my Yashoda Maiya to learn from her. So that is the kind of bliss that he is showering. These Sakhas don't realize that they are playing with God. By his Yoga Maya, he has made them all forget. And he has forgotten himself as well. So they play games. Rijavat khel jitaya sakhan ko, घोड़ा बनी बनी बनवारी, देखो देखो री. They play games, and in the game, the condition is, he who will win will be the rider, and he who will lose will be the horse. Now Krishna Kanhaiya Lal has lost. So it is your turn. Give your turn and become the horse. But the Sri Rama and Dhansukh are very big. So what? In play, you have lost. You have to give the turn. Now what happens? Bane ghoda sakha savar, देखो कैसो रिझवार, मन तेरो सांचो यार, ब्रजराज कुमार. Kripaluji Maharaj is describing that scene. He says, how astonishing that God who's worshipped in every temple of the world, that God who is offered praises through the Ved mantras, and who is offered ahuti in the yagyas, has become a horse for his sakhas. And they are saying, chal ghode chal. But the matter does not end even here. Because those who do horse riding They experience thrill when the horse gallops quickly. And if the horse goes slowly on a slow trot, then the rider thinks, what was the use? I could as well have walked on the ground. And that is why in horse riding, the rider uses the spur of the shoe, the heel, to kick the horse in the stomach. And receiving that kick, the horse then stops galloping. So Shree Krishna is going slowly. And the Sakha gives him a kick. Receiving that kick, Shree Krishna is amazed. What kind of a devotee is he? All the other devotees offer worship through the Purusha Suktam, Sahasra Rekha Purukha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat, and look at him, he is giving me a kick. But that Sakha is in such a state of love that the knowledge he is God has drowned in it. We cannot artificially copy that. You cannot say, all right, Shree Krishna is my friend, I'll go to the deity and kick it. Hey, lala. That will be considered an offense for us because our intellect has not drowned in love. So as yet we must follow the external maryada. However, internally you can start cultivating the sentiment that God is my friend. And then one day we will also receive that ras. So Shree Krishna starts galloping fast and tears of joy come out of his eyes as he relishes the bliss of his devotee. But then he slows down as he goes a little further. What happened? Did you get exhausted? No, the kick I received was so sweet, I want another one. Again the Sakha gives him a kick. This is the Braj Ras. In that Braj Ras, both God and devotee have drowned their knowledge. And all they know is He is mine.
For the upliftment of mankind, Jagat Guru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj, who was an embodiment of spiritual knowledge and divine bliss, extracted and reconciled the wisdom from the enormous ocean of Vedic scriptures to spread Maharaji's mission to planetary scales. Swami Mukundananda has undertaken a monumental task of building Jagat Guru Kripalu University. Understanding the needs of present-day humanity, Swamiji's vision combines cutting-edge scientific disciplines with ancient Vedic wisdom, making JKYog a one-of-a-kind blend. The university will encompass the areas of Vedic philosophy, yoga, contemporary sciences, technologies, holistic medicine and arts. Construction of this millennial complex is at full swing on 100-acre land in Odisha, India. It will play a crucial role in uplifting physical, mental and spiritual well-being of millions of people worldwide. Donate or raise funds for this noble cause. Every contribution will have a huge impact.